I wanted to record this episode to pull back the curtain a bit on one of our most loved and most popular services here at Pet Marketing Unleashed, which is our branding days. This is going to be more of a transparent and vulnerable episode really at the heart of why we do what we do and how it works and how we came up with this process. We have done so many branding projects over the years. I actually tried to look, and we've done like almost 150 of them since having our booking CRM. But we even did them for years before having that tracking. So I have to imagine we'd be close to almost 200 brands that we've designed through Pet Marketing Unleashed. And our process has evolved so much over time. And really, it's been such a powerful way for pet businesses to get high quality professional branding without spending five figures or waiting months in the process. And again, it's something that's really evolved over time and something that we've improved over time. And I just wanted to take this time to share why we do them this way, because it's not just about speed. It truly is about accessibility and strategy and our commitment to helping small pet business owners feel really confident and professional without, having to sacrifice quality or spend a whole bunch of money. And that's something that has been really important to me, especially as my business has grown. It really is at the heart of working with really small businesses. We actually prefer working with small businesses because we are also a small business, and so we get it. And I just really wanted to take this opportunity to explain to you guys what our branding day model actually looks like behind the scenes, why it works, how it keeps design strategic and streamlined, and why we're so passionate about making great branding accessible for every pet business owner who wants to stand out. So let's get started. Welcome, Petpreneur, to the Pet Marketing Unleashed podcast. I'm your host, Michaela Vargas, founder, designer, and educator behind Pet Marketing Unleashed. This podcast is all about growing your pet business without the stress. Here, you'll find episodes packed with actionable tips and advice for streamlining your online presence, avoiding burnout, and onboarding new clients while you're away from your desk or out with the dogs. So pop in those earbuds and learn stress-free marketing and website strategies with me while you head out on your next dog walk, pet sitting visit, drive to your next session, or just wherever your pet business takes you next. Let's dive in. Before we talk about our process, I want to zoom out for a second, because branding isn't just about having a cute logo or pretty colors. Your brand is the first impression that people get of your business. It's the overall vibe, it's the connection, it's the emotional response. And it's truly what helps potential clients decide within seconds whether you feel trustworthy, professional, and aligned with the kind of care that they want for their pets. And it happens so fast. Research says you have about 8 seconds to capture attention online. And I honestly think that that's even less these days, especially with AI and Instagram Reels and just how quickly we consume information and how quickly we scroll. It's probably less than 8 seconds now. And in an industry as personal as pet care, where trust is truly everything, your branding can really be the difference between someone clicking away or clicking book now. That's how important it is. And I think a lot of times people don't realize that misconnection because they're not seeing the people who didn't reach out to them because they didn't have that connection process. It's so important here. And that's why we care so much about helping small businesses access this professional level branding, because we don't just want something pretty. We really want to help them build trust with their ideal clients in a way that helps them grow their business. So when we first started offering branding, we noticed a really big gap in the industry. So we actually, going back now, when we first started doing design, we were only doing website design. But I very quickly realized that I was doing website design for brands that were not strategically created. They didn't really have brand guidelines. They didn't have strategic colors. They didn't really have an overall brand strategy. And so there's a really big gap there. And I knew that they needed that. So that's when I started bringing on brand designers. This is Michaela here recording. I'm actually a website designer. That's more of my expertise. So I've actually always hired brand designers to do that brand process of it. And as you guys know, hiring can be a tricky thing, especially for small businesses. And so I've really taken the time to make sure that whoever we bring onto our team is as passionate as I am about the industry. We train them specifically on the industry. They really know what they're doing. I'm hiring professional level designers. I'm not just hiring someone off the street who knows how to piece together like a Canva logo. That's not what this is. But with this gap, though, that I noticed, because I knew that it was important to have branding, I didn't do this myself. So how do I figure out price points? How do I figure out how people can access this sort of branding? And it's crazy because obviously most pet business owners will want strong professional branding, but they don't have the time or budget for those traditional branding packages that really, truly, honestly, on average, take months and cost thousands and thousands of dollars. I actually literally just, and this was, this is an AI overview, so it's not necessarily factual here, but I just did a quick Google search on the average cost of branding projects. And it says the average cost for a branding project in the US typically ranges from $5,000 to $20,000 for small businesses, while larger companies can spend $50,000 to $500,000 and even millions for extensive enterprise branding initiatives. That's wild. If you're a dog walker or a pet sitter listening to this, that is not the budget that you have for branding. And just from my overall experience looking into other designers that did work in our industry or even outside of our industry, but perhaps did some projects within it, or even just within my network of other brand designers, I'm in a couple of groups for designers. And the minimum project price that I'm seeing is always around that $5,000 to $10,000 range for branding, which to me feels very inaccessible for really small businesses. And we did not want great design to feel out of reach for small, hardworking pet care providers. So I asked myself, how can I make this more accessible without sacrificing quality or strategy? I did a lot of work with this, figuring out, okay, how can I pay for the hourly of brand designers while also making sure that I can hire these great brand designers while also providing a tangible brand for our clients that feels really good, that feels really smart, and feels really strategic. And that's when our branding day model was born. It was a process designed to give clients focused one-on-one attention with an experienced designer with a clear structure and beautiful results, all in that shorter time frame. So it's efficient without being rushed, and it's affordable, but we're not cutting corners. And it's truly designed specifically for our small pet businesses that want a brand that they can really feel proud of sooner rather than later. We don't want our process to take months, and we don't want the cost of that price tag to go up either. So I want to outline how our branding day actually works so you can get a sense of what it even means when I say branding day. Essentially, what happens is step one, we start with the client homework. So before the branding day even starts, we send a strategic brand questionnaire to dive deep into your brand's personality, audience, and goals, which ensures your designer fully understands your vision before the design work even begins. And we also send over a Pinterest board link as well for you to start pinning inspiration so we can start to gather the sort of vibe that you are looking for. And we really try and target all of this stuff to appeal to your ideal clients, not necessarily your personal preferences, because that's really important when it comes to branding as well. The next step, step two, is mood board delivery. We will put together a mood board or a visual direction to make sure that we're aligned prior to actually getting started with your brand suite and your logo suite. You'll be able to review it and share feedback on a form. And then we also as part of that step three, we hop on a quick review call where we'll go through that feedback form, we'll go through that mood board, confirm we're on the same page, refining any feedback before your branding day actually starts. So a lot of this prep work ahead of the branding day is the most important to make sure that we're on the same page and we're ready to go come the branding day, since that is more of a quicker turnaround. Step four is the actual branding day. And this is where the fun happens. This is where you're going to receive your initial brand concept that we put together, that we recommend for your business, and you'll receive that first thing in the morning. And then we'll basically collaborate via Slack Messenger to refine and finalize the brand in real time. So depending on which brand package you have, we have a couple of different options. One day will be a little bit longer than the other one, but essentially we'll collaborate via Slack to refine anything that you feel is missing or that needs adjustments, and we just work from there to finalize the brand. Step five is the asset delivery. So within 3 business days of your branding day, you'll get your full brand package, your brand guides, everything you need to launch your brand. And then step 6, you have your post-day support. So we'll keep your Slack channel open for 7 days after your brand day to answer any questions and help you implement everything smoothly. So it's a very seamless, structured, collaborative process. We don't have a lot of drawn out projects. There's no confusion. It's very streamlined and straight to the point. If we do not finish your brand in that one day, it's booked by a day method. So if we run out of time because you have a lot of revisions or things like that, that's something where we would book on a separate additional day. that you would have to pay for, again, because all of our branding days are booked by time, not deliverables. And that's our way to keep this accessible for pet business owners. Another thing that makes our process unique is our one concept method. So instead of showing you multiple logo directions and asking you to choose, we focus on perfecting and developing the strongest solution for your business based on strategy, research, and your goals. We found that presenting multiple directions actually introduces a lot of unnecessary confusion, and it often leads people to pick what they personally like versus what will best resonate with their clients. Or perhaps they like both and almost want to combine them, but they're two different styles. We know that there's a clear winner when we are developing concepts for clients. And that's the one that we want to lead with because that's the one that we strategically recommend for them. So by presenting one very cohesive, well thought out concept, you get a strategic brand that is meant to perform. And we call it confidence without the overwhelm. And that's the whole point, right? So let's talk about revisions because this is where expectations matter the most. So we do offer unlimited revisions with your branding day. It's just however much we can fit into your branding day. So you'll have our full attention to make tweaks and adjustments until you're in love with it. However, if we completely end up changing directions, like if you're like, I don't like this concept, I want to start from scratch, that can definitely extend beyond the day. So that's something I want to be super transparent about as well. Again, we are booking by time, not deliverables. What we present to you is what we strategically recommend based on everything that you've submitted to us. And we have to know that design is subjective. Most times we hit it out of the park, but every once in a while, a client is disconnected from what we've presented and we have to shift directions there. So that's something that can end up taking more time. And when that happens, we typically add on another half or full design day so that we can give that new direction the same focus and attention. And honestly, when we have had that happen, which is pretty rare, we can still end up giving those important pieces of the brand to you. So like your logo suite, we can still give to you the color palette and the typography, which is everything you really need to set off on the right foundation with proper brand. And if there's anything additional that you want to have on there, like if you wanted some brand patterns or elements, that's something that you can add on later. So we have had it where we have switched brand directions completely live on a brand day and still end up having the complete brand done. But it's just something to be aware of when you are booking branding days because it's booked by our time. There are millions and millions and millions of fonts out there. So if you don't like a font and we have to do more research, that's something that can take more time and we'll obviously work as efficiently as we can to get your brand. That's the main goal. And I'd say probably 90 to 95% of the time, we're able to wrap up the brand in one day. But it's just something to keep in mind that allows us to keep our branding packages accessible for our pet business clients is that we book it by the day. So let's get into why I think this model works so well. I think it's really because while I am a designer, I'm actually very type A, and I feel like we've really mastered making this very strategic, very streamlined, and very focused on you. So you get 100% focus with your designer. Your designer is working only on your project that day. We have a faster turnaround so you can start using your new brand right away. And you're also in the flow of things, right? We're not just switching around, doing a quick edit and sending it back to the client and then working on something else and going all over the place. No, we're getting into flow with your brand, with you in collaboration with the designer. And it really just works as like a magical collaborative process. And it makes it very accessible because we're getting it done in one day rather than having this be a month-long project that carries on and takes a lot more time, right? Our designers are incredibly talented and they bring years of industry experience and knowledge, not just in design, but in understanding how pet businesses connect with their clients. And this model lets us offer that high level of expertise without creating really long, stressful timelines or five-figure price tags. And it's just been so nice to be able to do so for clients because I know how expensive the investment can be if you're hiring in a typical situation, and to be able to see so many of our clients so happy to have strong brands without having to spend that type of money makes me very happy, and it's very rewarding as a business owner. And at the end of the day, everything we do at PMU comes back to one mission. We want to make high quality branding and design accessible for small business owners who are ready to grow. I love working with small dog walkers, pet sitters, daycares, dog trainers, solopreneurs who are really trying to make a difference in their communities' lives and their pet loving communities' lives. And we want to remain accessible for them. And that's really at the heart of what we do. And that's something I wanted to share with you too, so you guys know a little bit more about our model, why we offer what we do, and why it's a little bit more of a unique process and We believe that your business deserves to look as professional and trustworthy and polished as the service that you provide every day for your clients. And we're proud to have created a process that really helps you do that without extra stress or confusion or financial strain, because your branding should really feel empowering, not intimidating. And that's what we're here to help you with. I just wanted you to walk away knowing what our passion is, why we do what we do, and what's at the heart of why we offer it the way that we do, because we want to remain accessible for you guys. And obviously, design is subjective, things can happen, and it is a quick turnaround process. So in the 5% case where we are not able to get your branding done in a day, that is something where we do book by the day, but we allow it to be booked by the day rather than a set project. Instead of charging $5,000 for branding days, we're able to do so at a much more affordable rate. And if you need more time, you can always book more time. And that's how we've set it up to remain accessible for our clients. I hope that all makes sense. You can learn more about our branding day options and see real client projects at petmarketingunleashed.com/branding. And if you've already booked for a branding day, welcome to the PMU family. We're so excited to collaborate with you and bring your brand to life in a way that truly captures your story and your business and your values, because your brand deserves to shine, and we cannot wait to help you make that happen. I hope this episode was valuable for you, even if you're interested in branding. Even if you're not interested in branding or you already have a brand, just to give a little insight into who we are as a team and why we do what we do. Our team is so passionate about serving those small pet business owners. It's so fun to get to collaborate and see them walk away with brands that are so strategic and powerful. And it's just been such a rewarding process. So we appreciate you listening and being a part of the PMU community. You guys rock. Thank you. Thanks for listening through to the end. You've been with me for a full episode, so you already know how much value I can pack into a short space. VIP days at Pet Marketing Unleashed are no different. If you're ready to take your pet business to the next level, but don't want to wait around for weeks to see results, I've got something special just for you. Whether you're looking to create a standout brand that truly represents your pet business, or you need clear, compelling copy that speaks to and converts your ideal clients, we've got you covered. And because you're a loyal podcast listener, I'm offering you an exclusive 10% off your first VIP day. Just be sure to mention PMU Podcast when you fill out the inquiry form on our website. VIP days allow for a full day dedicated to transforming your brand or website copy. No more dragging out projects for weeks or months. Get matched with one of our amazing designers or our copywriter, Andrea, and enjoy a full design day dedicated just to your business. When you're ready to upgrade your pet business with professional branding or copy and you don't want to wait weeks for results, head on over to petmarketingunleashed.com/contact and book your VIP day today. And don't forget to mention PMU Podcast in the inquiry form to save 10%. And if you enjoyed this episode, sharing it with a fellow pet business owner who also might find it helpful, or leaving a review is so appreciated and helps keep our small show running. Thanks again for listening to the end, and I'll catch you on the next episode.